Hollywood has long been regarded as the epicenter of glitz and glamour, producing stars whose lives captivate audiences worldwide. Yet beneath the dazzling facade of fame lies a darker reality, one where numerous celebrities have become entangled in shocking scandals, ultimately facing the consequences of their actions under the law. Some of these once revered figures now find themselves behind bars, where the radiant glow of Hollywood's spotlight dims into the shadows of incarceration. In this video, we delve into the lives of 25 Hollywood stars who have been met with severe legal repercussions for their misdeeds, shedding light on the steep price of fame in the cutthroat entertainment industry. One such figure is Joe Sun, a skilled martial artist and actor whose life has been marked by dramatic highs and devastating lows. Born in South Korea, he later moved to the United States, where he pursued a career in professional martial arts. Although his participation in the UFC 3 tournament in 1994 did not propel him to stardom, Sun found moderate success in the film industry, often cast as a villain in low-budget action movies. He shared the screen with well-known actors like Lorenzo Lamas and Dolph Lundgren, but his most recognizable role came as Random Task, the memorable henchman in the blockbuster comedy Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery, 1997. Despite his on-screen achievements, Joe Sun's life took a sinister turn in 2008 when he was arrested for vandalizing his roommate's vehicle. What seemed like a minor offense led to a shocking discovery. His DNA matched evidence from a brutal crime committed years earlier. On Christmas Eve in 1990, Sun was involved in a horrifying assault on a 19-year-old woman, subjecting her to prolonged and excruciating torture. Following a thorough reinvestigation, he was convicted and handed a life sentence, with parole eligibility only after 7 years. However, Sun's troubles did not end there. Just 1 month into his prison term, he committed another heinous act, this time against a fellow inmate, resulting in an additional 27-year sentence for manslaughter. Today, Joe Sun remains incarcerated, forced to confront the consequences of his violent past. His story serves as a stark reminder of how quickly fame can crumble, leaving behind a legacy tarnished by crime and punishment. Michael Jace, an actor most recognized for his portrayal of Officer Julian Lowe in the FX drama The Shield, once enjoyed a flourishing career in both film and television. His resume included notable appearances in acclaimed movies such as Forrest Gump and Boogie Nights. However, his life took a devastating turn in 2014, when a single, irreversible act shattered everything he had built. One fateful evening in Los Angeles' Hyde Park neighborhood, Jace succumbed to an uncontrollable rage, fatally shooting his wife, April Jace, a gifted athlete, in a crime made even more harrowing by the presence of their 2 young children, who witnessed the tragedy unfold. During the trial, prosecutors contended that Jace's violent outburst was fueled by overwhelming stress and alcohol consumption. Found guilty of second-degree murder, he received a severe sentence of 40 years to life behind bars. Overcome with guilt, Jace openly expressed remorse in court, acknowledging that nothing could excuse his actions and begging forgiveness for the irreversible suffering he caused. Today, he remains incarcerated in a California state prison, his story standing as both a personal tragedy and a sobering warning about the dangers of unchecked emotions, a reminder that a single moment of fury can obliterate lives and tear families apart. Danny Masterson, who gained widespread fame as Stephen Hyde in the sitcom That 70s Show, built a successful career with roles in projects like Men at Work and The Ranch, where he reunited with former co-star Ashton Kutcher. Yet, his professional achievements have been overshadowed by grave accusations. In 2017, Masterson became the subject of a high-profile LAPD investigation after 3 women accused him of sexually assaulting them between 2001 and 2003. The victims alleged they were drugged and raped at his residence. Despite his persistent claims of innocence, Masterson was formally charged with 3 counts of rape. While the initial trial resulted in a hung jury, a retrial led to his conviction on 2 counts, earning him a staggering sentence of 30 years to life in prison, with parole eligibility only after serving a minimum of 25 years. Currently imprisoned in a California correctional facility, Masterson's case drew additional scrutiny due to his affiliation with the Church of Scientology, a connection shared by the accusers. Some critics have accused the church of attempting to obstruct justice by discouraging victims from reporting the crimes, though the organization has vehemently denied these claims, insisting it upholds lawful conduct among its members. Masterson's downfall has not only sent shockwaves through Hollywood, but also sparked vital conversations about accountability, institutional transparency, and the imperative to uphold justice for all individuals, irrespective of their status or affiliations. His case serves as a stark testament to the consequences of abuse of power and the enduring fight for victims' rights. Ryan Grantham, a promising career, derailed by tragedy. Ryan Grantham, a young actor with numerous notable roles, was once considered one of Hollywood's rising stars. He first gained recognition for his portrayal of Rodney James in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, 2010, and went on to appear in major productions like The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus and Riverdale. With over 30 on-screen credits, Grantham's future in the entertainment industry seemed bright. However, at just 21 years old, his life took a devastating turn following a horrific incident at his British Columbia home that resulted in the death of his mother. After the tragedy, Grantham turned himself in voluntarily. During court proceedings, psychological evaluations revealed he suffered from severe depression and other mental health struggles. Expressing deep remorse, he accepted full responsibility for his actions and vowed to rehabilitate himself. Currently serving his prison sentence, he will become eligible for parole after completing the minimum term. Grantham's heartbreaking story serves as a stark reminder of the critical importance of mental health awareness, particularly for young individuals in Hollywood, where immense pressure can profoundly impact emotional well-being and decision-making. Amy Locane, from rising star to tragic consequences. Amy Locane, an actress poised for stardom in the 1990s, captivated audiences with her role opposite Johnny Depp in Cry Baby. She further solidified her reputation with a critically acclaimed performance in Blue Sky, earning a Young Artist Award nomination. Her recurring role in the hit series Melrose Place cemented her status as a sought-after talent. However, Locane's life spiraled out of control on June 27, 2010, when she caused a fatal car crash while driving 53 mph over the speed limit. The collision claimed the life of Helene Seaman, a passenger in the other vehicle. Authorities determined Locane's blood alcohol level was significantly above the legal limit, compounding the severity of the incident. Convicted of second-degree manslaughter and vehicular assault, she initially received a 3-year sentence, which was later increased to 8 years upon judicial review. Currently incarcerated at New Jersey's Edna Mahan Correctional Facility, Locane will face a parole hearing on December 20, 2024. Her story underscores the dire consequences of reckless driving and the irreversible damage that momentary lapses in judgment can inflict on innocent lives. Zach Avery, Hollywood actor, turned Ponzi scheme mastermind. Zach Avery, born Zachary Horwitz, was a working actor whose career imploded when he was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for orchestrating a $650 million Ponzi scheme. Posing as an entertainment mogul, he lured investors by falsely claiming to license and distribute films from major studios like HBO and Netflix. His fraudulent operation involved fictitious titles, such as The Devil Below and You're Not Alone, which were never legitimate projects. An FBI investigation revealed that Horwitz's scam, operating through his company 1MM Capital, began in 2015 and involved fabricated reports for 52 non-existent films. Over 250 investors were defrauded, with Horwitz using the majority of the funds for personal luxuries. A U.S. Attorney's Office order mandates he repay $230 million in restitution. Avery's case highlights the financial risks inherent in the entertainment industry and the vital importance of ethical business practices, transparency, and due diligence. Timothy Zeiker, Ice Road Truckers, stars shocking downfall. Timothy Zeiker, known for his role in Ice Road Truckers, made headlines for all the wrong reasons when he was convicted in a disturbing criminal case. The incident stemmed from a confrontation with a woman he accused of mismanaging his finances. What began as a dispute escalated into a terrifying ordeal when Zeiker allegedly held her against her will, demanding sensitive information. Fortunately, the victim provided a fake phone number, which led to Zeiker unknowingly calling the police. Law enforcement swiftly intervened, arresting him during an attempted extortion. After a thorough investigation, Zeiker admitted guilt to serious charges. His case serves as a cautionary tale about the necessity of adhering to the law and maintaining ethical conduct, regardless of personal grievances. Jen Shah, RHOSLC, Star's fraudulent empire unraveled Jen Shah, a fiery personality on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, built her brand on confidence and extravagance. However, her empire crumbled in March 2021 when she was arrested for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. Shah and her assistant ran a predatory scheme targeting elderly victims, selling fraudulent services that drained their life savings. One victim, 75-year-old Tricia, lost $47,000, while veteran Ralph Hicks was defrauded of over $100,000, a loss believed to have contributed to his death. Shockingly, text messages revealed Shah mocking her victim's suffering. Despite initial denials, she pleaded guilty in July 2022 and received a 6.5-year sentence. Currently imprisoned at Bryan Federal Prison in Texas, Shah will be eligible for parole in 2028. Her downfall underscores the legal and moral consequences of exploiting vulnerable individuals, even for those in the public eye. Jared Fogle, Subway spokesman's dark secrets exposed. Jared Fogle rose to fame as the face of Subway after losing weight on their diet plan. For 15 years, he promoted the brand as a health icon. However, his reputation collapsed when an investigation into his nonprofit, the Jared Foundation, uncovered shocking criminal behavior. Fogle was charged with possessing and distributing illicit materials involving minors, among other offenses. After pleading guilty, he was sentenced to 15 years and 8 months in federal prison. Currently incarcerated at Englewood Federal Correctional Facility, Fogle's earliest possible release date is 2029. His case serves as a grim reminder of the ethical responsibilities public figures bear and the severe repercussions of abusing trust and influence. Todd and Julie Chrisley, the reality star's tax fraud scandal. The celebrity couple Todd and Julie Chrisley, best known for their reality show Chrisley Knows Best, became famous for their opulent lifestyle and strict parenting approach. However, their glamorous image was shattered in August 2019 when they faced serious legal repercussions. The couple was indicted on charges of tax evasion, bank fraud, and falsifying financial documents to secure millions in loans. Prosecutors accused them of dodging nearly $2 million in taxes while concealing over $1 million in income from their television earnings. Additionally, they inflated their assets to fraudulently obtain more than $30 million in loans to sustain their extravagant way of life. After a 3-week trial, Todd was handed a 12-year prison sentence, while Julie received 7 years. Todd is currently incarcerated at the Pensacola Federal Correctional Institution in Florida, and Julie is serving her term at the Mariana Federal Correctional Institution. Their downfall serves as a stark warning about the consequences of financial deceit and the inevitability of justice, even for those in the public eye. Jerry Harris, the disgraced Cheer star. Jerry Harris, who rose to fame through Netflix's Cheer, captivated audiences with his infectious energy and talent as a Navarro College Bulldogs cheerleader. His popularity soared, leading to media appearances, including a spot on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. However, in September 2020, Harris's career imploded when allegations of misconduct surfaced. At just 19 years old, he faced severe legal repercussions that permanently altered his life. Harris was subsequently convicted and is now serving time in a federal correctional facility. His case underscores the importance of ethical behavior and accountability, especially for young figures in the entertainment industry. Darren Sharper. NFL star's shocking downfall. Darren Sharper, a former NFL safety with a decorated 14-year career, played for teams like the Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, and New Orleans Saints. A 2-time All-Pro and 5-time Pro Bowler, Sharper was instrumental in the Saints' Super Bowl victory post-Hurricane Katrina. However, his legacy was tarnished in 2014 when multiple women accused him of sexual assault in cities including West Hollywood and Las Vegas. In 2016, Sharper was convicted and sentenced to a lengthy prison term. His case serves as a sobering lesson on the importance of integrity and respect, particularly for athletes in the public eye. Gary Glitter, rock star's dark secrets. Gary Glitter, a British rock musician famous for his 1970s and 1980s hits, saw his career overshadowed by heinous crimes. In 2015, he was sentenced to 16 years in a UK prison for sexual offenses. Though briefly released in February 2023, he violated parole and was swiftly returned to prison, where he is expected to remain until 2031. Glitter's story is a grim reminder that fame does not exempt individuals from facing justice for their actions. Skylar DeLeon, from Power Ranger to convicted killer. Skylar DeLeon, known for his role in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, led a life marred by crime. After a troubled childhood and a stint in the Navy, financial desperation drove him and his wife to commit robbery and murder. Their most notorious crime involved the kidnapping and killing of a yacht owner, whose body was dumped at sea. An accomplice's testimony led to DeLeon's arrest and conviction, highlighting the devastating consequences of criminal choices. Kane Walker, rapper's heinous crimes. Rapper and actor Kane Walker, 27, was sentenced to 50 years to life for sexual offenses against multiple victims, including minors. Using social media to lure aspiring models, Walker's crimes were met with public outrage. One victim, Sydney Stanford, has been vocal about seeking justice. Walker's case underscores the critical need for online safety and legal accountability. Shannon Richardson, the Poison Pen actress. Shannon Richardson, known for The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries, shocked the nation in 2013 when she mailed ricin-laced letters to high-profile figures, including former President Barack Obama. Initially blaming her ex-husband, Richardson's scheme unraveled under FBI scrutiny. She was sentenced to 18 years, a case that underscores the dangers of personal vendettas and the importance of lawful conduct. War Machine, MMA fighter's violent crimes. MMA fighter War Machine, real name John Koppenhaver, was a rising star until 2014, when he brutally assaulted his ex-girlfriend and another individual. Facing 31 charges, he was sentenced to life in prison with parole eligibility in 2031. His case is a harrowing reminder of the consequences of unchecked violence. Chris Wu, international star's legal woes. Chinese-Canadian star Chris Wu, a former EXO member and Hollywood actor, XXX Return of Xander Cage Valerian, faced allegations of sexual misconduct in 2021. After a trial in Beijing, he was convicted, emphasizing the global entertainment industry's need for ethical standards. Harvey Weinstein, Hollywood's infamous predator. Harvey Weinstein, the disgraced film mogul behind classics like Pulp Fiction and Shakespeare in Love, was exposed in 2017 for decades of sexual abuse. Over 100 accusers came forward, leading to a 23-year sentence in New York and an additional 16 years in Los Angeles. His case ignited the Had Me Too movement, spotlighting systemic abuse in Hollywood. Joe Exotic, the notorious Tiger King. Joe Exotic, the flamboyant star of Netflix's Tiger King, was convicted in 2019 for animal abuse and plotting to murder rival Carole Baskin. Serving a 22-year sentence, his story is a cautionary tale about ambition without ethics. These 25 cases illustrate the severe repercussions of unethical and illegal behavior, regardless of fame or fortune. They serve as powerful reminders of the importance of personal responsibility, integrity, and adherence to the law. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. See you next time.